Welcome to Crossroads. Today we'll be walking through the property valuation form found within the Crossroads software. In this example, I'll be taking a local property and generating a simple valuation with you. After accepting the terms of use, enter in your login and password information, sign in. This should bring up a blank property valuation form alongside the map. If not, click on this small plus, property valuation, in the side menu. Go ahead and collapse that. At any time, additional documents and training videos are available by clicking the Help button in the top right. There are three main sections to the valuation form. First is property information, followed by valuation criteria, and finally property details and adjustment. We'll begin in property information with the address. It's 4985 Kyler Road. That zip code is 88012. And our year built is 2008. Our living area square foot is a combination of your above grade gross living area and your below grade gross living area. You know this home is a single level, all above grade, so we'll put our total here in living area square foot. It's 1,245. Our land size is 0.1 acre, converted to square feet is 4,670. Parcel number and legal are for identification purposes only, and therefore not used in this example. Notice here, the number of results of comparable sales available within the Crossroads database will be displayed once property information is entered. The sale date range of those properties is also shown, followed by the GLA range of those selected comparables. It is important that your subject to GLA falls somewhere inside the comparable GLA range shown here. This number of results will change dynamically as you add filters throughout the valuation criteria. It is recommended that we target somewhere between 5 and 30 results for best analysis of your property against those comparable sales. There are many times that 3 or 4 results will produce a reliable valuation, but caution is advised since the valuation may then be influenced by insufficient data. In looking through MLS photos, past appraisals, and other reliable sources, we know this property is a single-story home at the lower end of the quality 4 range, and the condition rating is a 3. Quality and condition ratings will update automatically if the property has been previously entered into the Crossroads database as a past sale. It is necessary to confirm that these ratings are appropriate, especially if a significant amount of time has passed since that previous sale, or if a known renovation or deterioration has occurred. Training videos available on the crossroadsvaluation.com website, accessed here through the help icon, can assist you in determining a quality and condition rating. And looking at our neighborhood list here, we can see that Las Colinas urban single story was pre-selected. We know our property is a single story, so these 2-story neighborhoods do not apply. Northeast suburban single story all is a possibility. And with our quality rating of 4, we know that this quality 1, quality 2 neighborhood does not apply as well. Let's enter in some more filter criteria and check our results. Let's start here with the sale date range. Sale date range selects the range of sale dates for the comparable sale properties used in calculating the valuation. We'll begin with a year's worth of sales. 08 12 2021 208 12 2022. And next we'll add our above grade GLA range. We want to ensure that our subject property GLA is bracketed by a higher GLA and a lower GLA in the list of comparable properties. If our subject is not bracketed within the range, it lends itself to a less reliable valuation in some cases. Let's start with a minimum of 1,000 and use 1750 as our max. The year built range typically brackets the subject as well, with older and newer properties, and narrows the range of age of properties which would be competing against the subject in the market. We'll begin with 2003 through 2013. The land size square foot range is used when lot sizes in the selected neighborhood vary greatly. This is an easy way to not only compare properties with like lot size characteristics. Let's try 0 as a minimum, and we'll use a quarter acre or 10,890 square feet as our max. If we pause here and look back at our neighborhood list, we can see that in Las Colinas urban single story, we have 52 comparable properties available, but in the Northeast suburban single story all, we have 0. Let's stay with Las Colinas urban single story and look at our map. We'll zoom in on our subject. And map our results. See here, this is a fairly compact neighborhood with a large amount of comparable properties. We'll need to filter them down a bit further. This distance from the subject filter is one of the more important filters we can use. This can aid us in selecting the comparable properties that are closest to our subject, and therefore impact the value more significantly, and filter out those properties that may have less influence on our subject value. Our subject is here. Let's start with 2 miles. Click out and watch our results here. 43. Let's map that again. We can see that some comparable properties were weeded out. A little further, down to 1 mile. You can see our results are now 27. That looks like a good pool of comparable properties. Zoom in a little more. See our subject here, surrounded. Now we'll move on to property details and adjustments. There are 2 required fields here, above grade square foot and land value. All others are optional, depending on if your property includes any of the listed amenities. If your property does not contain items such as basement, pool, or shop, for example, leave the area blank and no value will be calculated. Please note the white boxes are for user entered data, and the shaded boxes next to it will display the calculated value. The above grade square foot of the subject property should be the same as what we listed at the top for the living area square foot, since there's no basement to consider. We'll enter in 1,245 there. The land value will be determined using our map. We can click on the balloons by the subject. We can see here a land value of 25,000. Other information is your quality and condition, the lot size, the GLA of that comparable, sale date, and the year built. Look here, land value of 30,000, 30,000, 30,000. We'll check one more, 25,000, 30,000. Looks like the prominent land value here is 30,000. Go ahead and enter that in here. Right, and the rest of the columns in here, we have finished basement, unfinished basement, and walkout basement. These are all square foot entries in each area. The garage bays is an adjustment for the difference in the normal garage bay count for the neighborhood compared to your subject property. One garage bay means there's one available garage space for the car. You hover over this information icon. You can see the standard garage bay for the selected neighborhood quality and condition here is 2. We do know that our subject property has a 2-car garage, so we'll enter in 2 here. If your property has 3 garage bays, enter 3. If there's no garage space available, enter 0, and so forth. The PV watts is a rated watt size of the owned photovoltaic system. Lease systems are not analyzed within Crossroads. Pool. This entry is a number of pools that exist, typically 1. This grade 0 view accounts for beneficial views from the property. Enter 0 for a neutral view or 1 for a beneficial view. Auxiliary living area is a square foot amount that's applied for living areas that are not included in the above grade square foot or basement areas. For example, glass porches, in-law apartments, or casitas. Shop square foot is an amount that is applied for areas typically used for work areas, including hobby rooms and studios. Other and various other here are adjustments for individual items that aren't accounted for in the available boxes here. An adjustment may be manually entered, either positive or negative as a whole dollar amount. The area to the left is used to enter text that describes this adjustment. The quality and condition adjustments are applied as a dollar amount in relation to the difference in higher or lower quality or condition per square foot value, which Crossroads will multiply by the above grade square foot already entered in the form. This, along with other, various other, are complex features of the valuation form for advanced users. If needed, there's details instructions on our website, can be accessed using the help icon here. When the data entry is complete, review all your entries, ensure you're confident with the data entered. Confirm your map is at the desired zoom level and position. Scroll down, click Generate Valuation button in the lower left-hand corner. If needed, you can edit the name for your valuation here. The default contains the date, timestamp, along with the address. By clicking the Create button, this will trigger a charge for the valuation for those of you subscribed. It's still in the free trial period. This will not create a charge, but still generate the report. Upon creating the report, the valuation will be archived into the Crossroads system and can be accessed here by clicking Property Valuations in the side menu. Crossroads will display a new box here labeled Valuation, where your low, mid, and high range values are shown. We do know that this property is at the lower end of the quality 4, so our value is determined to be within the low to mid range value. If you'd like to generate an additional valuation for the same property, click on Value Subject again. This will populate the form with the previously used data and filter criteria and allow you to change necessary filters or information for the same property. Perhaps this can be used when considering a higher or lower quality or condition, adding an addition, building a shop, installing a pool, or other items such as these. New property evaluation can be selected if you want a blank form to begin evaluation on a different property. Here you can click on Download PDF to view, print, or save your Crossroads valuation report. Bring that up. This is your Crossroads valuation PDF report. Here you can see your subject property information you entered, the low, mid, and high range values, your valuation parameters, and the details we entered for your property. Below is a list of 10 comparable properties arranged by sale date, most recent at the top. On the second page here, you can see the map with your subject property, followed by some reference values. There are two that are important to take note of here. First is the results correlation factor. This should show a range between 0 and 1, the normal valuation being somewhere above 0.5. 0.91 is well within that range, with 1.0 being not uncommon. Range of value variance is the other number we want to keep track of. We would like to see this number below 15%. As the percentage trends higher, more consideration needs to be given to determine if the valuation is credible. Down on the last page, we have a graph. This displays the overall comparable sales for the selected quality, condition, and neighborhood. And that concludes the walkthrough to generate a basic valuation within Crossroads. There is technical support, as well as advanced videos and literature available on crossroadsvaluation.com. That will give you a better understanding of advanced valuation technique. Thank you all for your time.